everyone. Welcome to episode, I think this is 14.
14.
Episode 14 of our Sisters Talk podcast. I'm Marie Robinson.
And I'm Charlene Lutz.
And today we're going to kind of continue our conversation, but take it down a path flowing from dedication and accomplishment and kind of exploring the process that goes along with that as we go through our lives. So when you think about your accomplishments, Char, I know that a lot of time, and I'm sure you're in this too, and I know I do, is you think, you just want to get to this thing and you want to accomplish this. Mm-hmm. And then we don't always think about what's next, or, do we have that sense of are we done, or mm-hmm. what do you think about all that?
Yeah, well, I think that as soon as we decide that we're supposed to be at some endpoint, we've instantly cut off sort of all of the energy flowing that could potentially mm-hmm. open the new and mm-hmm. lead us down kind of those adventurous pathways that we never would have expected. I know for me, whenever I become closed off and start thinking about what I need to do to get to point Z, or whatever it is in the journey, I instantly become tense and I feel like my anxiety creeps in. I start to think about all the things I need to do in order to get there. But if I let that go and I let it flow in a more natural way, where it's just kind of, I'm going to do this today because it is aligned with that goal.
You're making me think just about, again, coming back to that present moment.
Yeah. Because
I think this connects to that.
Well, it's so hard to be there. It right. does connect to it. And it's so hard to be there when we're in that race of mm-hmm. life where we're busy and we're, kind of rushing through doing all the things that we maybe think we're supposed to do. We've talked about that a lot. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, how do you get there? How have you gotten there? How have you gotten to that spot where you're not always looking to the end goal, but you are kind of moving through it, towards it?
Well, I think it kind of is an ebb and flow for me right now, and I have to do basically daily reminders, and that's through, listening to guided meditations and then my writing process. So that helps to re-ground me in be present and be grateful. And not constantly strive. But I'd say it's been a long process. And really, it was only, maybe a couple of years ago that I even was aware, we talk about awareness being the first thing, that I was aware of how much I was doing that, finishing one thing and then immediately doing the next without even taking a moment to stop and to pause and to celebrate accomplishments, thinking you didn't even have time when that is the thing right. that we should be making time for. And that goes back to like you had said, the slowing down. And, if we're racing, we can't be present because we're stressed and we're constantly in the future.
Exactly.
Or worrying about things that probably will never happen. All of that stuff gets just caught up in our minds when we're stressed.
Yeah, exactly. There's a famous quote. It's, I think, Mark Twain or Oscar Wilde. The worst things that I ever thought in my life never really happened.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, and there's one about imagination. That's the worst thing you can do. Worry is the worst use of your imagination.
Yeah,
that's one.
It kills your creativity.
Yeah, yeah, because you're imagining these things, and when we get stressed, we often worry more.
Yeah.
But if we can slow down and remind ourselves, and really it comes to, for me, for my process, it's been the gratitude. And it's been really settling my mind and being really honest with myself and saying, just stop and think about your life for a moment and all of the trials and tribulations, and then look at where I am today.
Yeah.
And I can't not be grateful when I think of things that way. So that's been my path.
Yeah, I think that making the gratitude lists and reflecting on gratitude and just sort of listening to those meditations is huge. I think it's really hard to perceive ourselves outside of ourselves often. And I think that's what makes it really challenging to see your accomplishments and see how far you've come and the effort and the work and be able to really
own it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and step into our own power.
Yeah.
And this makes me think, like, our idea recently, we were both feeling that way, and I said, what if we write our perceptions about each other and give them to each other? So that's a great activity that if people are feeling, like that would help them, is to get a close friend, a sibling, and have them write, like, if someone were to ask you about me, what would you say? And then write all that down.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I was listening to a meditation today actually, and the woman had written her father a birthday card, and it was 68. He was going to be 68, and it was 68 things I love about you. And once she got going, she ended up writing like over 100.
Yeah.
But he said that he takes it everywhere with him, and he looks at it when he's feeling down.
Yeah.
And then it inspired her kids to do it, and the ripple. So it is gratitude, because she was saying her gratitude, for him and all the things that he had done. And it goes to these like really simple things, like how he disciplined her, how he, sat with her at certain points in her life when she was going through hard times. And so I think all those little things lead us down that path of gratitude and really reflecting. And when we can give that back to ourselves, I think that's really when we can do it for others.
I agree.
Because if we can't see our own worth and we can't see how far we've come, how can we see it in someone else? We can't.
Or have the energy to even celebrate it or support another person, truly.
Yeah.
We have to, our cup has to be full.
Right.
If we're going to be able to give to others. So, yeah, it's a deep topic.
It really is. I was thinking about the simplifying and how much easier it is when your mind isn't racing to feel gratitude. It's easier to get to that spot.
It is.
And so I was reflecting on all the things that I've been able to do that maybe I could pass on, that I've done for myself, that will be accessible for other people to also be able to maybe do. And a few of those things were writing the gratitude, like we talked about, the gratitude journaling, sitting and just sort of being, looking out a window, wherever it is that you like to sit on your couch, and just sort of letting life soak in instead of that.
Not doing, just being.
Yeah, just being.
When do we do that?
I do it more now, but I never used to do it.
I have to almost schedule it in, honestly.
But if you do schedule it in, I think that's okay. And I think a lot of people are there.
It works, yeah.
Yeah, where you have to schedule it in. Taking advantage of a lot of the free offerings that I see now, people doing things online, and I notice a lot of them are pay what you wish, and sometimes they incorporate art or movement. And I think that all those things are so great, and it's just a way to be more present within yourself.
Absolutely, yeah.
So I think that's one of the ways that we can reconnect is just be.
Definitely. Well, I think we're ready for the tea. This was a good one. Yeah. I think this will be continued though. I mean, stepping into our power, celebrating, slowing down. It's like kind of an ongoing theme, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you want me to do the tea?
Sure.
All right. Let's see here. Pick one out. Let's see which one it's going to be for today. Give to others and give to yourself the same attention.
How appropriate.
Great.
Thanks so much, everyone.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.